And welcome back, and we're on to the 29th of Jan, and we're on to the 5-a-day further maths, and let's go with the first question. Okay, again we start with a sort of not far off GCSE question really, is it? So let's just solve this one. This is a nice easy get you going question. I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. That's going to give me 4 minus 5x is greater than minus 21. I'm going to, a couple of ways of doing this. So I could do the switching one, or I could move it. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it a slightly different way, which some of you may not do. I'm going to add 5x to both sides, which is going to give me minus 21 plus 5x is 4 on this side. Add 21 to both sides is going to give me 25 is greater than 5x. Divide both sides by 5, and that's going to give me x is, well, the other way round, so less than 5. Different way of doing it, but some of you may like that way slightly better. Next question. Right, write 1 plus this in the form of this. Now, as I've said in previous videos, and this may be your first video, so in which case you won't have heard it, but either way, it's giving you a clue here. It's telling you root 6. So it's telling you that root 6's are going to occur throughout this, and that's going to be your final answer. Let's just expand. Actually, this one doesn't look too bad. Let's expand and see what happens. So 1 times 5 is going to give me 5. 1 times minus root 6 is minus root 6. 3 root 6 times 5, so multiply the numbers, is going to be 15 root 6. And 3 root 6 times by root 6 negative, or root 6 times root 6 is 6, times by 3 is going to give me minus 18. And let's collect all this up. So I've got 15 root 6 is minus one of them, gives me 14 root 6. Why have I written 16? 14 root 6. And I've got minus 18 plus 5, which is going to give me minus 13. So that's 4 root 6 minus 13. Now, just to be pedantic, I haven't really written it in the same way. So I'm going to write it in exactly the same way the answer says. So that's minus 13 plus 14 root 6. In other words, A equals minus 13 and B is equal to 14. Good question. Next one. So slightly reversed on the ones we've had recently. So now it's telling us that something is a factor and we need to find a value. So that must mean, well, let's just be different. Let's call this g of x. So I know, well, if 2x minus 1 is a factor, it means that g of a half must equal 0. Let's write it up over here. So that's going to be 2 times a half cubed, which is an eighth, minus 33 times a half squared, which is a quarter, plus a times a half minus 63 is equal to 0 because it is a root. So, or in other words, a half is a root, so it must give me 0. Right, not brilliant numbers, but let's do it anyway. So if I collect all the numbers on the other side, that gives me a over 2 is equal to 63. 2 times an eighth is minus a quarter. Minus is a plus, so plus 33 over 4, and then 63 I've got. So hold on, calculator out. I'm not going to mess this up. So get my calculator out. And that tells me that A is equal to 142. That's a big number. No, I'm happy with that because 63, double it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. Next question. In fact, last question today. Quick day today. The sketch shows the curve with equation passes through the points. All right, it's a substitution question. Now, just to note something that's clear, this is exponential decay. So therefore, I have got a minus here. So I need to be very careful with my minus to check I'm doing this correctly. In other words, don't make the minus into a plus because I'm going to put some minuses in. Let's show you what I mean. So take point A. That's telling me that 648 is equal to A, that I don't know, times B, that I don't know, to the power of minus x, where x is minus 4, and minus makes a plus, so that's plus 4. So that's what I was trying to say, the negatives. Just be really careful with the negatives and double negatives. Let's do B. So B tells us that 72 is equal to A times B, minus 2 is 2, and so that's giving my two equations. Now, the quick way of doing this is to divide the equations. So I'm going to take the top one, I'm going to divide by the second one. And I hope that 648 divided by 72, it does indeed. That gives me a nice square number, which is 9. A divided by A goes away. B4 divided by B squared is B squared, which means that B is equal to 3. Now it's equal to plus 3, because if I wrote minus 3, I'm then going to change the direction of the curve again. Now if b equals 3, let's look at well, I've got two b's here. If little b is 3, let's look at point B, or 72 is equal to a times b, which I now know is 3 squared, which is 9, which means a is equal to 8. And that's today done. A is equal to 8, b is equal to 3. Good question to finish on. Usual thing, do like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Thanks all.